Former Green Beret and Gold Star husband, Joe Kent, is running for Congress in Washington. He joins us now. Joe, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for your service, your sacrifice. Your wife killed in action just a few years ago. You honor her legacy by continuing to want to serve. You're challenging a Republican who voted to impeach Trump in 2020. Talk to me about your race, but also why you think our foreign policy is so upside down.
Yeah, absolutely, Pete. Thanks so much for having me on. So I am primary Representative Jaime Herrera Beutler. She voted for the impeachment trial for impeachment of President Trump, and then she also volunteered to be the Democrats' star witness in the impeachment trial in the Senate. She represents the failed political class that's failed to stand up for hardworking Americans. She voted to withdraw the funding for the construction of the southern border wall. She voted for endless wars. She voted to keep our troops in Syria, to keep our troops in Afghanistan. So Joe Biden right now is driving this country off a financial cliff. That issue that we're having right now with our debt being compounded on is going to be exploited by our number one adversary, China, if we don't get our house in order and bring back production to this country and straighten out our economy. Joe Biden's also failing in the Middle East. He wants to get back into the Iran deal. There's a direct cause and effect between providing the Iranian regime with more funding and then funding their proxies. We've seen that already with what they're doing with funding Hamas, and as Hamas attacks Israel. We're also going to see an uptick in attacks against our embassies in locations like Iraq, where the Iranian government has so much control, thanks to the failed policies of Joe Biden as a senator, as a vice president, and now as a president. So we continue to be put in a precarious situation by these failed politicians like Jaime Herrera Beutler and Joe Biden, who've done nothing but fail the American people. So it's time to change all that.
Joe, you've said that we continue to do wrong things because people don't want to admit they're wrong. Is it that they won't admit they're wrong, or they have a different view of the world that doesn't have America in the lead?
I think it's a combination of the two. The people that have been advocating for regime change wars, nation building, and then reaching out to a state sponsor of terror like Iran, they continue to double and triple down on these failed policies. There's no way with a straight face or any kind of good faith they can argue that their view of the world is staying engaged and vulnerable and bleeding and expending lives and resources in the Middle East. There's no way that they can actually argue the case that has been effective up to this point. As someone who fought over there like you did, I really wish I could say that we had actually done the right thing and we had made our country stronger and better for the efforts and the losses that we've suffered in these wars overseas, but we just haven't.
You know, if a Green Beret is telling you that nation building is not working, people should be listening, especially someone who's given as much as you have. Keep us posted on your race, Joe. Good luck, and thank you for stepping up yet again.
I will do. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe. Joe Kent.